So we had the Democrat debate last night in Charleston, South Carolina. So we have the big South Carolina primary coming up, but even bigger, this is the last debate before Super Tuesday, which includes states like California and Texas, where massive amounts of delegates are going to be assigned. Now, let me just say this debate was not a Lincoln Douglas substantive debate. Uh, I didn't learn a lot. Actually, I didn't learn anything from this debate last night. I'd have to say Joe Biden probably won. He showed energy in this thing. He didn't have a lot of gaffes. Uh, the fact that he's leading in the polls and no one really went after him, that was sort of surprising. So he held his own, and which went way beyond our expectations for him. So he is going to live to fight another day. And I'm speaking politically because physically at his age, he could be gone at any time. But he is going to live on politically. Michael Bloomberg was another big concern we all had. He did not embarrass himself this time like the last debate, but he didn't really win over a lot of voters with his performance last night, which leads us to a question that I can't wait to see answered. Because listen, he is going to blow out the bank doors throwing money, especially into California and Texas. So we're really going to be able to answer the question, how many votes can big money buy? Because we're going to know that with him. I was disappointed overall, though, with just the issues. They talked about Medicare for All, hit Bernie over that one, quite a bit, but he actually stood the test pretty well. They never asked the right questions. And on socialism, they just talked about his, being buddies with Castro and liking some of the good stuff in Cuba. That's not the kind of questions you want to ask a Democrat socialist. Why couldn't they have asked something like, hey, Bernie, what would be the first industry that you would nationalize? And how does that work? I mean, what would be the steps to accomplishing that? How about that for a question? Because that's what socialists believe. And let me say this. I like a lot of the other candidates. Amy Klobuchar is my favorite. Mayor Pete's not a bad guy. They're done. Okay, there was nothing happened last night that differentiates them, that makes them stand out from the pack. And so they don't have the money. It's just a matter of time until they're all gone. And by the way, I was so surprised that you didn't get into issues like, immigration, even impeachment and other Trumpian, kind of stuff. No mention of deficit and debt. And one issue that did come up, I just laughed at. I think Elizabeth Warren brought it up, and that's the filibuster, which all Americans have got that one at the top of their list of what's really important. So all in all, just a pretty boring debate. But let's see what happens